What is going on, guys? Welcome to episode 16 of my 10 season challenge in Football Manager 2017. If you're excited for this new season here with Southampton, make sure to leave a thumbs up on the video. But just a bit of an update if you're new to the series as well, and just a bit of an overview. We did start at Burton for the first season, finished 17th, so it wasn't anything spectacular, but at least we avoided relegation as they expected. But I did want to move on. As I mentioned, you guys know if you've been watching the series, but if you're new, this is a 10-season challenge. I've got to try and achieve as much as I can in 10 seasons. So I'm happy I was able to get the job with Southampton, really. They were in 20th, they were struggling, managed to finish in 13th. So if you put that in comparison, they were in 20th. Yeah, that was a good achievement for me. But yeah, with a team now, I'll show you the transfers to be where I was. I got rejected by Sunderland. I think, yeah, they got relegated to the Championship. I applied to them. They rejected me. Then I went to Southampton, and they at least gave me a job interview and were able to be successful with that. And yeah, the story is that for now. So yeah, I'm just going to go into the transfers right now to show you guys what we have done, and this is going to be a very, very big season, and you'll see why I'm happy in a minute. But anyway, the first game of the season was played. West Ham was able to beat Tottenham, but yes, we'll go into the transfer history. So you'll see a lot of outs. We'll just click by the fee. You can see the dates in the order if you want. But yeah, I was happy to get the deals we did before we played any friendlies as well. So they can play together, not just, yeah, like a few weeks or something before the Premier League gets underway. They've all played together now and with the current team. But as you can see, we'll go through Virgil van Dijk. You know, he wanted to leave to a bigger club, especially because I wonder if he would have wanted that if Southampton weren't in the position they were, like in the relegation zone, bottom of the table, and yeah, he didn't get back from that. But if they were mid-table or in the top half in Europa League like they were, yeah, I guess the rest is history now. But yeah, sold him to Chelsea for 55 million. Liverpool actually put in a bid before that, but it was like 45 million, which I did accept, but I later rejected it. He got mad, but he didn't realise Chelsea, yeah, they were in for a bid. But yeah, happy to get 55 million. You'll see for basically all my deals, I wanted to get the money straight up now because yeah, you don't know the future. Am I going to be at Southampton maybe one season more? I don't know. We have to see. But same, yeah, James Ward-Prowse, he wanted to leave. 29 million for him. So you combine that. Gabbiadini also to Leipzig, 21 million. Was happy to get that for him. Like, he was rated as a decent player, but his performances, yeah, wasn't amazing. Look at his attributes. Looks pretty good. Long shots. Could be dangerous. But if you go to the history, the first season when they signed him, yeah, first season he didn't really do much, and same when I joined as well. Yeah, he didn't really do so much, so I was pretty happy to, because I was like scouting players and comparing to Gabbiadini, 3.5 stars. So yeah, very interesting. I thought maybe could have been better, but anyway, Classy also went to Norwich. I sold a couple midfielders, Norwich, Classy and Davis, and Henterega McQueen, a couple of players not as relevant, and yeah, some free transfers, let go of some wages. But this is where the fun stuff happens. And see, this is a 10-season challenge, type of Journeyman, where you move teams and everything like that. But I've signed these players, and I feel like I'm attached to Southampton now, and I want to like grow with them. But you got to look at the kind of signings we made. Al Neni from Arsenal, you can see just under 7 million there, but could potentially grow to 6.75 million. Yeah, Mohamed Al Neni from Arsenal. So he's 26 years old, so he's not too old of a player. He's still going to be at his prime of his career right now, should be at his best. I really like his physical attributes, especially his fitness. He'll be available for a lot of games. Again, natural defensive mid, centre mid, we'll talk about that in our formation as well. Changes for this season as I feel the squad is stronger, and I don't think the squad was terrible last season. Definitely not a team that should have been last when I joined. Marcos Rojo, so in essence, he's the replacement for Van Dijk. And you'll see right away, or you'll think right away, that Rojo, yeah, he's not as good as Van Dijk. But don't forget, we signed Chris Smalling last season as well. So I feel there could be a bit more chemistry there. So they could potentially perform maybe to a similar level together. I wouldn't say better because Van Dijk very, very good, but yeah, just 8.25 million. I was looking for a few players transfer listed. Him and El Neni were a couple of them, and you can see his value is more than that. He's a good player. Again, he's 28 years old. Maybe one or two more seasons before he starts declining as a player. So yeah, a couple good seasons, and like I said, my career at Southampton, he should be at his very best. Also, Yuri Tielemans, pretty cheap price for him as well. Cheap price for Yuri Tielemans. He's a classic Football Manager signing in the last few years. I think I signed him back in an FM15 Manchester United save where he was just absolutely amazing. And signing him now he's 21, a bit better. Still lacks in the finishing. Always found it interesting his natural as a defensive midfielder where his attributes don't really suit that, especially defensively. Maybe in a creative role, you can see deep line playmaker, register, all of that. But for me, centre mid or centre attacking mid, we may be adding that position into our tactic formation this season, so we can go a bit more attacking, try and win games. But yeah, Gylfi Sigurdsson, he was also transfer listed, but they didn't want to let him go for cheap because yeah, Swansea, they got relegated to the Championship, so they're going to be moving on some players that obviously are Premier League quality, like Gylfi Sigurdsson. You can see he's just a little bit more than his value. Absolutely amazing player, and he could be natural centre mid and on the left wing as well, and he's can use both feet, either footed. Absolutely amazing. Nice traits as well. Curves the ball and tries to play those killer balls often. So yeah, I think he's a great signing. Even though I got the message, the fans thought he was an amazing signing, but he came from a team that got relegated. Like, judging his ability in a team that got relegated, I don't think, it's a team game. So yeah, I wouldn't say, Gylfi Sigurdsson, I'd definitely say he's a Premier League quality player, and just because Swansea got relegated, it doesn't affect his ability at all. He's a great player. Then I just felt I needed another left back, and I just got Baba Rahman on loan. I was pretty happy with that. I saw him on the loan list. He would be decent. He can be backup, and we're talking about left back situation as well. But he's going down at the minute, which is a bit annoying. But that sometimes it happens at the start of the season. Just needs to step up his training levels. Hopefully he will do that. He just joined as well. Just came across from Chelsea on loan. And then this is really the Gabbiadini replacement. And I say Gabbiadini replacement, he's probably the better player. Marco Piazza, and I think I'm saying his name right. I just checked online, but yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. But Marco Piazza, 25 million value. If you go again to his price, you can see it's 13.5 there, but you can see, it's going to be all over a certain amount of months, and also league goals and league performances. How much he plays, league games. So we just have to see how that pans out. But regardless of the money-wise, we're looking all right. So we don't really have enough to make another big signing, but it's solid there. Even though we're just about to sell Jack Stevens to Watford, we don't really need him. If you go again to the history, he was just out on loan last season at Celtic. He's actually not a terrible player, judging off his ratings, even in the Premier League. But I just feel we have the quality players ahead of him. But Marco, he is a great talent, very good physically. If anything, mentally is the weakest. If we rate it like 1, 2, 3, I'd say 1, like his best is physical, and then technical second, and third mentally. So physically very, very strong for a winger, and he's natural on both sides. He's right-footed though, so he could potentially cut in from the left side, or could play him as a winger on the right side. So very versatile player. And him, him and Leroy Sané, who's in the same boat as well. They're natural on both sides, 22, 23, great wingers for us. And then Sandro up top, and if Sandro's not playing well, we have Charlie Austin. So the future is looking really good, or this season is looking really good. See, when I play Football Manager saves, I tend, definitely to look towards the future, but we do have Liverpool up first. It's not going to be an easy game, but luckily it's at home for us. Good to start in front of the fans. But as I mentioned, when I manage a team, especially in the Premier League, and when they are a team with a bit of money, I do tend to feel that way, because I make like a lot of signings, decent signings, good players, and you feel like you want to have the journey with them. But yeah, hopefully, let me know, guys, anyway, if you'd like me to stay at Southampton, or would you want me to keep up with this challenge and have different goals in mind, because still I haven't moved out of England. I definitely think the next team I join should be in another division. Just so you know, we'll go to add or remove leagues, so you can see I've got England, France, Germany, Italy, Spain, and yeah, my computer performance is still 5 stars, so that's good, and game speed, it's like the scout report. It's like 4 gold stars and the black star. But anyway, yeah, it still runs fairly well with having all those leagues loaded, which is a good thing. And while recording, because generally when you put your recording program on, yeah, it lowers those kind of ratings. But it's all right. Plymouth, they do get 10%, but you can see, yeah, the transfer budget, wage budget is looking fairly solid right now. So let's get into the game now. So as I mentioned, Ryan Bertrand, he's the main left back, but there's a situation. He wants to leave to play Champions League football pretty much, because he's 29. He's not going to be getting much better as a player. In the next couple of years, he could be declining, if anything. Like, he's saying to me, basically, he didn't say it, but he says he wants to play in the Champions League. But in his mind, the next couple of years, he's going to start declining. He's probably, yeah, 1 or 2 more seasons at his very best. So he wants to be playing Champions League. And he probably has that in his mind because he was at Chelsea previously and seen that success. And Chelsea, a big team in the Premier League, obviously winning the Premier League and success in Europe, so he wants that. So obviously we'll just go to the promises, and you can see we have some current ones there. Some are in terms of accepting bids, but haven't really got any. Ozzy Cup is someone I want to sell. I've offered him out, and teams are interested, but yeah, no one is actually making offers. Asking price 15 million. I don't think that's too unreasonable. But yeah, Bertrand, yeah, qualify for Champions League by the end of the season. If we don't, we might have to move him on. But I was potentially thinking that anyway as he reaches 30. But anyway, we will go into the team selection there. Fraser Forster, obviously main goalkeeper, and you can see Ozzy Cup, he just stands out. He's the only one with terrible morale there. So yeah, what can you do? So this is the starting 11. We're just going to change Piazza to inside forward, and that looks really good. Look at the attack there. There's Sane, Sigurdsson, Piazza, and Sandro. That looks real, and they're all, I guess, apart from Sigurdsson, but he's a good player, 28. Their ages. Sandro, he's 23 as well, and I showed you the ages. Yeah, Sane, Piazza, they're around 22, 23, and then also in midfield, Tielemans, he's 21, but still great player. Look at those attributes. We'll play him advanced. Look at that. Yeah, the role suitability, it's all, apart from Cedric and Bertrand, it's almost full. So yeah, that's excellent that we have that. We have the players in the right roles and everything like that. That looks good. As I said, Smalling and Rojo, they would have played together at Manchester United for a few seasons, so they should have good chemistry. So everything feels right, really. In our best starting 11 here, I don't feel, anything's wrong. It's a really solid starting 11. But I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's get into the first Premier League game of the season now. Liverpool is favourites, but yeah, still going to be... I reckon we can compete with Liverpool. Let's see the comparison. See, both teams, a similar kind of lineup. They got Roberto Firmino up top. I still don't think he's dominant as a lone striker, really. He could score goals. Let's just take a look at his history, see how he's come along. He does score goals, but it doesn't strike me he would be amazing as the lone striker. But don't forget, they have Alexis Sanchez. They've got Pulisic as well. Whew. Yeah, they've got a dangerous attack. And how about this guy, Louis Schwab? Yeah, no wonder I didn't know who he was. He plays in Austria. But yeah, we'll just see. He's not a terrible player though. He's not a terrible. He's solid for a team like Liverpool, good attacking midfielder. But if I had the option of signing him or Sigurdsson, I would have signed Sigurdsson. Look at those attributes. Oh, very good technically. He can finish our penalties, free kicks, take some long shots, do everything. But, yeah, we already analysed the squad, so I think it's pretty balanced, and we're going to figure out if playing 2 advanced playmakers, even though they're in 2 different positions, if it's going to work. If not, it may be a bit of a trouble, because Sigurdsson and Tielemans, both their best roles is advanced playmaker support. So yeah, we're just going to see, and yeah, Rojo, he's going to be playing the stopper, and then Smalling just on defense. So I like the balance. Everything looks correct for us so far. So let's just see Well, what we're going to do, we go passionately, and I'm going to say, yeah, let's do it for the fans. First game of the season, at home. That's what I like to do, and we will just go assertively then. I have faith in you. Let's see if that can boost any of their reactions in terms of the mood. I think that could be either a good or bad thing. I'm hoping it is the thing where they're really focused. That maybe they're not listening to the manager so much. They're really focused on their game. Let's see how they go. And with the players' numbers, I tried to do them as best as I could, maybe realistic as possible, whether if they were that number in real life or considering the other numbers we have. And yeah, just it's generally something people comment when I make new signings. This guy should be that number, but yeah, I personally don't think it's a big deal, but hopefully they're not too bad. Anyway, let's see how we go in this game. As I said as well in a couple episodes ago, I'm playing on 2D now, 2D Classic. It's easier for uploading videos, but I think it's fixed now. But 3D, like, it was lagging a bit, but I've gotten back to really enjoying on the 2D Classic. Obviously, for those old school Football Manager players, I think we prefer it, because the 3D, it doesn't honestly feel like 3D. Maybe in about 1998 or something like that, but what a way to kick off the game. And debut goal for Gylfi Sigurdsson. Just, yeah, I was so convinced with the signing, wasn't doubting it at all. How about the assist from Sandro and Piazza leading up to that? Really good play there. Sigurdsson scoring a goal. How about that? Okay, Forster, let's see how we go here. Rojo, Bertrand, we look good early. There's no terrible signs that I've seen so far. Tielemans, you get so excited. There's so many, and Piazza as well, there's so many talents to get excited for. Sane, don't forget we signed in January of last season. And now Cedric Piazza scores a goal on debut as well. So 2 debut goals for some attacking players. Oh, Liverpool, how are you feeling right now? And Sandro, so just opening up those spaces. Cedric getting forward. He actually had an offer, I can't remember, because a lot of transfer negotiations. And that's why it took, a few days to get this episode ready, because sometimes it takes me a few days to get through, like, the preseason making signings, because I really want to make sure they're right and everything like that. So, and I think I did that. I think, I made the best of the transfer budget we had in terms of selling players and then bringing some more in, but that's very disappointed there. Maybe I got a bit distracted by our great start. Maybe should have been a bit focused. Could have tried a team talk, maybe. But again, we just got to look at what happened there. Look, to me, Smalling, he just should have been tighter. The marking just should have been tighter on Firmino there. The only danger really in the box, it looked like. So we should have done better, but we have to say don't get complacent. That's what I would have loved to say before we conceded that goal. But apart from that last minute, like, this has been a perfect half, really. El-Neni, he's been all right in midfield. He'll play just one of those roles where he won't be credited so much. He's not going to get so many goals or assists. He'll just play a nice game, just play his role for the team, not expecting to make all those headlines. Just play his role. He strikes me as that kind of player as well, that he will be happy doing that. Okay, that's good defense there, but we give it away. Cedric wins it back. Sane, he's going to be massive this season. I feel it. Sigurdsson, play it through. Sandro, oh, he should have scored. He should have scored. Now, that's what I'm hoping from Sandro. I hope, like, that assist gave me a bit of confidence, but I hope he has a better season than his end of the season last year. He started really well. Like, as a whole, how did his season look? It didn't look that great, but when I joined, he was scoring lots of goals, but he was so quiet the end of the previous season. So, yeah, hopefully he starts like he did when I joined the club. That would be ideal. So I don't think we need to make so many changes, honestly. Maybe we could bring on Ramu. I want to leave Sigurdsson on. El-Neni actually will take off, and I think Ramu, central midfielder on defend. If he's going to play as a central midfielder, I think that's going to be his best role and duty. I'm just going to say there's a lot more to come from you. And yeah, there we go. Come on, guys. We still need another goal to make sure of this. We've been the better team. We had more of the possession. I feel we have more quality chances in this game. And how we created them as well. You can see the talent in our players. Oh, they've got Lacazette. We've got to be careful now, for sure. And yeah, you know that the assistant manager does the opposition instructions, but we will go to the opposition now because Lacazette has just come on. I basically, do always tight marking. See, Firmino, he had tight marking and closing down. On that goal that we conceded, did that look like we were tight marking him or closing him down? It didn't. So the instructions were in place, just, yeah, not really applied. So I'll just copy basically, yeah, the other ones there for obviously other players in attack. So got to apply that for Lacazette, because I don't normally do it. Normally I forget about that, but so you got to really focus. So you could play Football Manager pretty relaxed, but if you really focus, like, tactically and make changes, like not every few minutes, but yeah, when something happens, they make a tactical change or a substitution. Yeah, if you stay really focused, yeah, best way to, you can still, yeah, play that way without doing that, but I think you can do the best. But saying that, maybe I'll concede a goal and we'll lose the 3 points at this point. But Sigurdsson, I think he's done his part. I think he's played his part, and we'll bring on Højbjerg, who is a very good player, but we'll drop him, just put him there, then we can stop, remove, just be responsible, as I'm just mentioning here, be responsible, make the changes, work for the points. See, if you're a team like a top 4 team, you probably, yeah, don't have to do it as much if you're just a really dominant team, but yeah, he can come in, deep lane playmaker. And I shall leave it there for now. We have it on control, because I still want to continue the way we are. It's not like we're going to go more direct. This is how we would go if we weren't playing this style, you know what I mean? I want to try and maintain that possession and control the game, because we do have the players to do exactly that. So last 15 minutes, and at the same time, I would like a goal to finish it off, but yeah, we did drop back a little bit more defensive in terms of the formation, taking out the attacking midfielder and putting a defensive midfielder essentially. So we waste the ball there. I'm not sure if anything's going to come from this. We'll just have to see. But Lacazette plays the ball into Vasquez, but we are dealing with that, and yeah, it will be interesting. Do you think that will actually be a factor though? Because it was in my consideration. Obviously Rojo was cheap because he was transfer listed, maybe to other players, or maybe, okay, I wasn't sure if anything's going to come from this or not. But do you think that will actually be a thing, the chemistry between Rojo and Smalling, because they did play at a previous club? Or don't you know, like myself, have to experiment that a bit more, signing players who used to play together? Yeah, and if they played together in the game as well, not just in real life, if that would have been an effect. But I think we're going to take Bertrand off and Baba Rahman. That's why we signed him, just that extra left back, because we didn't really have that. Right back we do. See, Lamine Kone can play, yeah, centre back and right back as well. But yeah, Baba Rahman on loan, and you can see, like, he's a really quick type. He's very fit. He's a good tackler as well in his work rate. So I actually like his specific attributes. Some attributes elsewhere are a bit lower, but specific attributes that he has are really, really good, and I like it. But see, I wouldn't want him to be our main left back. I feel, and at the same time, I don't think we have a world-class left back, but they both work hard. Let's see if we can finish the game off here, though. Sandro, would love him to get a goal. He's been pretty decent today in that lead-up play. Got an assist to his name. Unfortunately, not a goal, but it's still going. Sane, how dangerous has he been? This time, Sandro! This time! We were hoping for that late in the game, and he does get that goal and make sure of the 3 points. Because, yeah, right until the whistle would be blown, I would be so nervous that Liverpool might get an equaliser. But now we have got the points. This is the way we want to start. And the board has the expectations for us to finish in the top half of the table, and even the media prediction is about 7th. So that's big. That's a big change from where I joined. So Sandro, could he finish? Oh, that would have been great. But yeah, I cannot leave any criticisms in this game apart from that goal just before half-time. Hopefully, yeah, we can iron those mistakes out and we'll be good. We'll just say I'm very happy, because that was a really good performance. If you consider where the team was, again, if I compare to just before I joined, they were doing terribly, sitting in 20th, and I'd like to think I've made a good change. What I did last season, I brought in a few faces, maybe my tactics as well, to get the results, to get out of that position. And now, because of that, not them getting relegated, and yeah, bringing good quality players in, we're sitting really well. And what do you think, guys? Do you think we could finish top 4? Obviously, rely on maybe a couple top teams having bad seasons. Like, I don't want to make any judgments yet just after one game. Or do you think Europa League, We'll just have to see how we go. And also on that, because my contract runs out in the next season, see, 29, or yeah, at the end of this season actually. So the question would be, see, for the future, you gotta think about where we're gonna go for this challenge, for this 10-season challenge. Would it be best if I get in Champions League? Would it be best to stay at Southampton, play in Champions League? You got to think of the real, because this is about, by the end of these 10 seasons, I want to have something to my name. Would it be realistic if I were in Champions League to actually win the Champions League? I'm not sure. Again, could be predicated on if we sign even better players, because if we're in the Champions League. But how much better does our balance look as well? Because don't forget, we had 50% of transfer revenue. I was able to increase. It was 35, but only after a few signings. So like a few players sold, and a lot of money went into the club. Like Van Dijk, that deal was done before I got to change the transfer budget, or before I could ask the board. The option wasn't there until then. So yeah, that went straight into the balance. So pretty happy with that. Again, you can see total with total money coming in for the players going out. That doesn't sound confusing, but yeah, 139 million. But don't forget, we spent 79. But yeah, with that is a decent amount of profit. And I'll say our team as a whole is better than last season. I think you guys should agree with that. But again, keep in mind, we have money depending on different circumstances, whether it be over a certain amount of months. So that is for sure. But then with league goals and everything like that, league appearances. But we don't have to worry about that just now. What we have to worry about is the first game we played of the season. Sandro, see, he ends his drought. He starts the season, and how about that? Really good performance, 9 rating. He was a star. He was the best player on the park, and that's exactly how we wanted him to start off. 23 years old, so don't forget, he's still, like last season, still a young player. So you could maybe expect a bit of inconsistency, but he's 23 now. You cannot be too inconsistent. This is where you got to start being a great player, like he was, like for a lot of last season when I joined, until end of season he dropped off a little bit. But I really enjoyed this episode, guys, and just the build up towards it, just playing the preseason, making the signings. I think I've got it ready, but I think I should be able to make daily videos from now, because you've got that preseason done, transfers, because now I just have to play some games. But of course I will, maybe I'll play up to that Manchester United game, because you got Leicester, Colchester, play Manchester United. But yeah, you guys know, like most people do in Football Manager content, I will be playing a certain amount of games off camera, especially with this 10-season challenge. We need to do that. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, if you could smash a like on the video, greatly appreciate it, and more FM videos will be coming your way in this series. I'll see you guys next time.